Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And now, my question of today is: do you hold any Bitcoin? Recently, I've been seeing a lot of people say they've sold their Bitcoin or got fully into XRP or alike. And I want to know from you guys if you are still holding any Bitcoin or if you've gotten rid of it all. Alright, having said that though, let's get into the first article. Ripple effect: flaws found in protocols impact everything from printers to infusion pumps. So earlier today, I got a lot of notifications talking about this Ripple effect, Ripple 20, yada yada yada, and basically, it's a little bit of a mix-up because names are similar, and that's what you need to know. Here I have 3 articles, and they all basically say the same thing, but it has nothing to do with what you think it most likely has. Ripple 20 vulnerabilities will haunt the IoT landscape for years to come. Security researchers disclose 19 vulnerabilities impacting a TCP/IP library found at the base of many IoT products. That's one. Here, a legion of bugs puts hundreds of millions of IoT devices at risk. These so-called Ripple 20 vulnerabilities affect equipment found in data centers, power grids, and more. And last but not least, as I just read it, Ripple effect: flaws found in protocols impact everything from printers to infusion pumps. Just so you guys are not getting mixed up or confused about what's going on here, just type in what is Ripple 20, and if you do that, you'll find it right here. Israeli security firm JFOS revealed on Tuesday a collection of vulnerabilities it's calling Ripple 20, a total of 19 hackable bugs it has identified in code sold by a little-known Ohio-based software company called Trek, a provider of software used in the Internet of Things devices. So that's what you need to know about that. Moving forward, Ripple wires 160.3 million XRP, 30 million goes to anonymous address. Recent analytical data shows that Ripple wired a little over 160 million XRP in the last 13 hours, while its ODL partner Bitstamp wired half of that amount. Now, I don't know if I have it open anymore, but I also read somewhere that Ripple's Mexican corridor has now recorded one of their lowest volumes ever. And all the while that's going on here, they're still sending a lot of money around, so people must be confused about what's going on. Well, yes, Ripple transfers 160.3 million XRP, and Ripple's partner Bitstamp and Ripple-related wallet wire 90 million. If we scroll through a little bit, you can see here the XRPL monitor has noted all that has been going on, and it's often very soothing to see that, well, if you just press any of these transactions, somebody will most likely tell you what the transaction was for. For example, here it is Ripple, from Ripple to Ripple. Here's same thing, and here it goes from Ripple to an anonymous address. This is where people, of course, get worried. But one of its transactions for 30 million XRP brought up questions from XRP enthusiast Alec Beatty, who addressed the top executives of the DLT behemoth, Barry Garlinghouse and David Schwartz, asking them to explain the 60 million XRP sales at Bitstamp allegedly made by Ripple. The user accused Ripple management of supporting XRP inflation by selling more of the company's coins. Ripple's partner Bitstamp and Ripple-related wallet wire 90 million, and again, we have no explanation, at least for those up to this time. And here it says, the XRPL monitor revealed other participants of recent transactions related to Ripple, its ODL partner, the European-based Bitstamp exchange, and the Ripple-related wallet RL18VN, which is believed to be one of Ripple's escrow wallets. Together they moved 90 million XRP, or at least 10 million XRP was sent from the aforementioned address to Bitstamp. A little bit interesting, not too worrisome, because 9 out of 10 times we get the info eventually within a couple of days. We get what's going on, we get why they sent it, and we get exactly who it was to. Most of the time they clarify it, or somebody finds out exactly what the money was used for, and thus I'm not really too worried about it. I don't really think Ripple will make stupid moves by just selling money and making all people anxious. I think they will just announce what they're using the money for, because most likely it will be on Ripple/XRP anyway, and thus they can just announce it just like that. Even if they just say for XRP ecosystem, I think that would already help a little bit. Ripple's partner TransferGo gets extra $10 million investment, expands to 11 new countries. TransferGo, a London-based RippleNet member, has received an additional investment totaling $10 million and has launched in 11 new countries, including Japan. TechCrunch has written that Ripple's UK-based partner TransferGo has raised $10 million in extra funding from its investors. It has also announced a rollout to 11 new markets, including Japan, where other Ripple-related payment platforms are already operating. The TransferGo remittance firm has received $10 million from an investment round, which major companies such as Zventure, Vostok Emerging Finance, and others participated, and TransferGo emerged on the remittance market 8 years ago, operating mainly the third world citizens who worked in Europe and sent cash home to their relatives. The biggest number of clients were from India to the UK, or working in the UK, so the other way around, from UK to India. It inked a partnership with Ripple in 2K19, joined RippleNet, and started saving up to 90% on transfer fees. And now as the Chinese-born pandemic is spreading across the earth, along with the lockdown, because it comes from China, I've seen that video so many times, guys, my days. And by the way, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, please support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. Helps me out a ton. TransferGo has been receiving a lot more clients wishing to send funds online. And so they're taking Ripple-powered cash transfers to 11 new countries, which is pretty damn positive to all of us. I mean, this is pretty damn nice. These countries include Japan, Singapore, and New Zealand, just to name a few. And as I've told you guys before, it's kind of looking like they're really going to go through with their 2021 mission of reaching all the countries in the world with at least some financial institution, right? And also, I don't know exactly what time they have planned for gathering all the ODL pairs, but as well, that's coming along so swiftly and greatly, which is amazing for all of us to see. Apart from Europe, TransferGo is now operating in Asia and Africa. The latter is a new vast market where the blockchain behemoth Ripple is expanding via its partners, including those connected with the ride-hailing giant Uber. Currently, the number of countries where TransferGo clients can receive cash totals 65, though so far you can only send money from just over 30 of those. Crypto Trader thinks XRP will hit $9.50 in August if history repeats itself, by Khalid Laval. Pretty interesting title to make, pretty heavy, and yes, it is again another price prediction. So I've told you guys before, I don't like to cover these ones. I don't like to cover prices, especially not exuberant and crazy prices like $9.50. However, every so often, every once in a while, within the rest of the news, I think I can include it for all the people that do enjoy talking about it or speculating or thinking up strategies and hopium. And thus, again, if you don't enjoy the $9.50 talk, just scroll a little bit further as we go into this article over here. So just, scroll forward a little bit. Around the relentless effort displayed by Bitcoin against the forces of the bear, Ripple XRP, yada yada yada, some guy over on TradingView with the pseudonym TD some numbers came up with an analysis. The trader captioned that XRP trend since the beginning of 2K18 till date is almost completely identical with what is displayed from December 2014 to April of 2017, a period that spanned 2.5 years. After peaking to 0.029 in late 2014, XRP plunged for more than 2 years, reaching a new low price of 0.003 in February of 2017. And a magical rise was seen afterwards, putting the price of XRP up to around $0.3. This happened after a 5-month downslope in the price of XRP, as revealed in the green circle of the chart below. A 70-day 10-bar rise followed and XRP price skyrocketed. After reaching around 38 cents in March of 2017, a pennant triangle followed, depicting a bearish formation, but the triangle ended with a reversal pattern that pushed XRP above 30 cents. Now the crypto trader claimed that over 2 years regressive pattern has been formed and a 5-month downslope in the price of XRP has also been printed. According to this forecast, we would soon witness the 70 days 10 bars rise that will push XRP price to above $9 by August. So that's again the move that happened here in 2017 will happen here again in 2020, pushing us to about $9.50. The crypto trader furthered again that if the pennant triangle formed once again after these 70 days, 10 bars rise, XRP will go as high as above $100. Again, logarithmic scale, we'll get there. All right. And then some more normal price analysis, but I guess that doesn't matter for right now. It's just an analysis. It is following history. It is what it is. Some people like to do these predictions, guys, and I would state that nobody is by definition wrong, as we can all see some historical patterns in here, and they're not necessarily wrong or poor analysis or ridiculous. It's just they have a very small likelihood of occurring, and that's why I normally like to neglect them. However, can you look further into this? Is it probable? Is it possible? Yes, definitely so. However, something or anything that happened in history doesn't necessarily have to repeat itself again. And again, keep that in the back of your head. I'll repeat it. Nothing that has happened in history has to repeat again. Or at least, I guess, no, nothing. Or does anything. If you found something that must repeat itself again, comment it down below. Because I was thinking of breathing, but still, you don't have to breathe in the future if you don't want to. And, the Earth doesn't have to spin in the future, even if it did in the past. Or anything along those lines. Nothing has to happen anymore. Like anything can stop, right? Or maybe existence. But just in the easier sense here, in these charts, nothing that has happened has to happen again. So again, just take that into consideration. Keep it steady and stay focused. Ripple's ODL service in Mexico hits an all-time low. Well, I think it's pretty obvious to see exactly what has been happening here and why this is going on as well. So a little bit earlier, we saw Ripple already state and kind of warn us for some lower volumes that were most likely to come, or at least less records being broken. And one of the primary reasons for all of that is simply because Ripple changed their priorities. Ripple told us in a very elaborate insight mail or insight page thing article that their focus is not to get the most amount of volume possible because of large single entities and behemoth players with just, I guess, payments to individuals but coming from one source. No, they're trying to do multiple sources to multiple sources, as many smaller to medium enterprises as possible, to make sure they have the most amount of reach and individual parties going on. At least that's what they've told us. It's a very smart initiative as well. I've explained to you guys before why I think that this is a better strategy as well, and why I think the other one would have been just a lot more of a hassle to focus on for right now as well. But having said that, any volume that we see right now can be explained because of different reasons. Ripple's ventures into the UK with ODL services for a new pair, GBP to XRP. Ripple's ODL corridor in Mexico, however, takes a hit as it faces an all-time low. So first of all, the pound sterling released on Ripple's ODL. The Great British Pound got on there. Again, pretty damn cool. We just saw it earlier in one of the blog posts. Ripple seems to fact paste as United Kingdom got another ODL corridor. Luxembourg exchange Bitstamp had already been supporting the Euro to XRP pair. However, the latest reports reveal that ODL services for GBP to XRP pair are now live. However, whilst that is going on, liquidity on other ODL corridors plummet. Twitter handle Liquidity Index Bot, a platform that keeps count of the high liquidity, or actually just the liquidity index of XRP on different corridors, has been sharing different charts where the liquidity of the XRP to Mexican pair, or Mexican peso pair, was seen recording significant slumps since the beginning of this month. However, the latest chart reveals that the liquidity index for XRP to Mexican peso pair hit an all-time low of 8.5 million, I believe it is. Yes. So we can definitely see that the volume has been deteriorating. However, since Ripple did explain, it's not that strange. And again, in David Schwartz's own words, we chose to do fiat to fiat first for a few reasons. But the biggest one is that it can work with no XRP. No, this is actually a little bit of a different part. I actually thought it would be a different quote. This is just something we clarified earlier. ODL always requires XRP. Again, don't take this too far. Some people took it out of context. It's not the quote I thought it was. So let's leave it at that. It was just basically saying, again, they're taking a different road with ODL. However, this part, again, we clarified earlier, all ODL needs XRP. History shows, and again, that doesn't mean the future will, but history shows that Ethereum is on the verge of a brutal 6-month correction. Fun fact, I earlier today had opened about 3 to 4 articles all claiming how bullish Ethereum was going to be. And a couple of those were from yesterday evening, a couple of those were from this morning, and bam, Ethereum went up like crazy. However, now that the prices went up, everybody starts to, try to pick a side to get the most amount of views on their articles possibly, or to get a little bit more attention, or to be correct. And now we're saying again, prices can go very freaking low soon. Now, I don't take it with too much seriousness when watching all of this stuff, just because I know I can support both sides, and it's all still dependent on what Bitcoin is going to be doing. So I don't worry too much, and even Bitcoin analysis here, I don't worry too much about it all. I'll just see how it all goes here. You can talk about miners, you can talk about anything else, but who has proven it has really gotten an effect? Because as Vitalik Buterin, the founder or co-founder of Ethereum, has said as well, the miner theory, or the hash rate drop, no, what's it called now? The halving theory, they can't be disproven, and a lot of miner theories can't be disproven either. And thus, I'm just not touching it with a 50-foot pole just to be sure, and staying my way out. And by the way, if you are enjoying the daily crypto news, please support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. Helps me out. 63% are not subscribed, and you should be one of the cool rest. So I don't know if there's also anything else next to subscribed. Like you're subscribed or unsubscribed, right? Is there not another category? No, there is not. Oh, the notification squad. That is it. Also put the notifications on. Make sure you do that. Will Bitcoin break above $10,000? Well, my own 2 cents on this is, at this point, we're very reliant still on stocks, right? We saw earlier what the Fed is doing is very important for all the stock prices, and that actually transfers over into Bitcoin prices. When the Fed did something crazy and the stock prices plummeted, you also saw Bitcoin plummet. When the Fed decided to buy some things back, you also saw that happening in stocks. The stocks went up, and Bitcoin went up as well, which might even be the result now still. It could be. In the end here, I think Bitcoin breaking above $10,000 can be a move on its own, but since we've tested it so many times now already, and we're not getting that push through, but also not that push down lower than 8,700 or so, or really below 9,000, not even. I think this is really a zone where we gotta decide some major outlooks for the future. If you break 10K, it might be a little bit more of a run than we expected, and if you really break below it, it might be another bearish period for a little while. However, if you were to ask me, it kind of feels like we're so close to budging it, or no, how would you say it? Just like breaking out for a little while, just the upside to maybe like 14,000 or so, reclaiming that for a little while, and then maybe seeing even something crazier. However, those are my thoughts, and they're based upon some things I've read or seen, but they can't really be built on facts or anything like that. Objectively, they can't. And that's why I don't really like to include that stuff either, because who knows if we're going to reach 10K? Who knows if we're going to breach it? I've read so many guys, and all they say is contradictory to each other, and thus I don't know what to tell you here. I'm really hoping we're going to hit and stay above 10K. Hitting it is not a problem, but staying above it is a very, very hard thing to do and acquire. Cardano takes the lead as crypto markets surge. Now, Cardano, as I've said before and told you guys before, will not go down for a little while. And we still don't know exactly how heavy the marketing jets have been turned on. But what we do know for a fact is that people are pretty damn bullish on ADA for right now. People are actively hoarding and buying the rumors, selling the news later on, as Shelly is rolling out really, really soon here. And people in anticipation, of course, are getting themselves some coins for this quote-unquote great Ethereum killer and possibly the first $1 trillion crypto, like Charles Hoskinson himself has said. And also, Crypto Eddie here says, survey. Japanese crypto holders prefer XRP over Ethereum, and just 1% difference, 25 to 26%, when comparing to Bitcoin respectively. It's an article from Cointelegraph, and it again points towards how freaking cool these guys over there are in terms of their faith in crypto. You can see here Bitcoin taking the gold, red being Ethereum, pink being XRP, and blue being all the others. So Bitcoin is still the king, but just winning from XRP. I think that's really cool to see that XRP is doing so good over in Japan. However, some are questioning whether XRP is losing support outside Japan. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. The community is sometimes shriveled up and doing crazy things. However, the core supporters still remain and always looking juicy. Guys, that was it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I can hear my MacBook fans starting to stir up some nice little cooking again. Gonna start cooking some eggs on that thing because I still don't know how to fix it or what to do. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day. Don't forget to subscribe.